Hi, I'm Kris Shannon. I'm the broker owner of TSG Realtors. This is the very first episode of my new podcast. I don't really have a great plan right now for what this is supposed to be about, so I guess just off the top of my head, I just kind of want to give you a peek into what my daily life is as a broker, owner, realtor, investor, father, husband, uncle, son, all of that kind of stuff. What I do on a daily basis to keep this entire business, enterprise, whatever you want to call it, moving. We definitely will keep you up to date on what is happening on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. I also kind of would like to go back over the last 10 years and kind of explain how we got to this point. I think if it only helps one person kind of see what the struggles were that we went through, peek behind the curtain, because it's not always been this good. This is the tip of the iceberg. A lot of people don't see that part of the iceberg that's underwater. And what I mean by that is all the work that came into getting us to where we are and got us to this point. And hopefully we'll just keep building on that iceberg. We have a lot of cool things going on right now. We just opened our new brokerage, TSG Realtors, in Columbus, Ohio. We just finished rehabbing our office. We actually just had our appraisal for the rehab, so we'll see how much value we gained in the 3 or 4 months that we were working on it. So that's pretty exciting just to see where that comes in at. We just bought 5 houses out in Frazeysburg, Ohio. We already sold one. We have another one in contract, so we can keep you up to date on what's going on there. We're moving into the slower time of the year for house sales. So this is July, what's the date? July 19th, I think. We're going to start seeing a slowdown. Summer comes to an end, so we can start talking about that. I'll kind of talk to you about the patterns of real estate, when you should expect most of your sales, what those markets look like. There's just ups and downs. It's very easy to forecast once you know the pattern. So we're coming into that. So we'll get maybe a little bit more detailed into that on some of the upcoming episodes. Trying to think what else we're doing. So coming into that time, this is about the time when realtors start thinking about making a change if they didn't have the year they wanted. So we're going to start ramping up our recruiting. We're going to start probably a new farm area. There's just a lot of stuff going on related to real estate. And then my personal life, you'll get a little peek into that. I've got terrible knee problems. I've got terrible shoulder problems. I'm falling apart, but doing everything we can. Probably the most exciting thing is today, actually, this afternoon, we're closing on our first piece of international real estate. We are buying an Airbnb down in Costa Rica. That closes this afternoon. Our lawyers it's actually July 20th, not July 19th. Sorry about that.
This is a podcast and a YouTube video. You don't have to be proper with it.
Yeah.
About that.
Our attorneys down in Costa Rica will be signing for us this afternoon, and then we will be going down there Sunday. We'll be down there for 12 days, so hopefully get you some content of what this place looks like, what the town looks like. And then in next podcast coming up, I can kind of go over what it took to get to the point where we were able to buy in Costa Rica, what some of that entails, what some of that stuff means going forward. We can, now that we have a business down in Costa Rica, we can actually become residents and we get accepted into their healthcare, which is very, very good healthcare, and it's provided as you pay taxes. It's not like the States where you have to pay for a policy, at least as I understand it.
We're going to do a podcast episode on that. That's
yeah,
cool.
It's really cool. It was a fringe benefit we weren't expecting. So, in a nutshell, that's kind of what we're doing. I know it's a lot. We would love for you to just continue to follow along with us. I don't know how podcasts work. Do they like, share? What do they do?
They can follow.
Subscribe. I know that.
Follow, yeah.
So,
and they can like it. Leave a rating on Apple.
Yeah, subscribe, like, review, whatever you're supposed to do with podcasts. I'm sorry, guys. I don't do this very often. I don't really even listen to podcasts, so it's kind of ironic that I'm starting one. But here we are. And also leave us some comments about what you want to hear. Get a hold of us. Tell me what you want me to talk to you about, because this is just my way one of my ways of just trying to give back. I've gotten to the point in my career where I hustled, sold a ton of houses. I've sold probably over $150 million worth of real estate. I was voted top 10 under 40 realtors a couple years ago. I was put in the RE/MAX Hall of Fame about 5 or 6 years ago. And now I own my own brokerage. So I don't know it all, but I'm getting a pretty good grasp on a lot of things. But I'd love to be able to help somebody not necessarily do exactly what I've done, but help them do what they want to do with my experience. So please feel free to reach out. Please watch. Please subscribe. Please let us know what you want to talk about, what you want me to talk about, what you want to hear about. And if there's any guests that you would like to potentially have us talk to about everything, because I know there's a lot of people doing this, and having maybe two differing points of view would be fun to see, or maybe having two people that have very similar points of view would be fun to see. So here we go. We'll see how this goes. Thanks, guys.
The Kris Shannon podcast is available on all major streaming services. Please like, share, and leave us a review. See you next time.